What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel, Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective, and I'm here for the news. And here recently, I covered this case of a New Mexico mass shooter, 18-year-old man, who they say went on a random shooting spree of killing innocent people. He ended up killing 3 elderly people at that. And it's sad and tragic. You know, you send your condolences out to those people and those families, but like I said before, allegedly 100%, some of these things are orchestrated. And you begin to wonder what the hell is going on with all these mass shootings. The theory that I come up with, a lot of this is about gun control. And the only way they can get these guns out of people's hands, and guns, I'm talking about the AR-15, as an individual gun, that's the gun they want to get the most, is you have to have a massive amount of casualties, and so many people die in such a short period of time until people of America who believe in the Second Amendment, some of them begin to break. You don't need all of them because you have half the country already who are against the Second Amendment, who don't believe that people should even be owning these AR-15. So it doesn't take much. And I told people time and time before, if you don't have a rifle, go get one now. Quit playing games. If you can't get it, have your old lady get it. But you need a rifle in your house. You're going to need that. This society is circling the drain. I don't know how much time it has, but the way things are going, you never know. One major catastrophe can lead to another one and another one. But let's take a look at the clip.
We are seeing the horror of a mass shooting through the eyes of the heroes. Days after a teenage shooter randomly killed 3 elderly women, police in Farmington.
And those 3 elderly women, you know, as you get older, your reaction time's just not as good. Your awareness is way lower. You just can't react to the things that's happening around you fast enough, and that's unfortunate. To kill 3 old people in that way, it tugs at the heartstrings. So, you know, that's one of those things, because we all have grandmas, aunties, and, you know, older women in our families, and it just makes you feel like, oh man, these guns gotta go. It's all about the guns. When really, it's a lot about mental health. It's a lot about what the people who do have mental health, what is in these medications and what are the side effects. And I keep asking these questions over and over again. And who are these people in communication with via these social media apps?
Mexico have released dramatic body camera video capturing the daring actions of police officers. It seems, we should warn you, may find upsetting. The video captures officers rushing toward the danger, their long guns extended in front as one officer confronts and takes down the shooter. Another officer's own camera captures the moment she is shot, crawling to safety as colleagues rush to her aid. One of 2 officers injured that day.
You know, another thing that I notice about a lot of these cops in these gun battles, are they more trained than the average citizen? Absolutely. But they're not militarily trained, a lot of them. There are some cops who obviously come from the military, but a lot of these people, when they get in these shootouts, they do a terrible job of shooting from cover or shooting to get to cover. A lot of times I notice they shoot and they're just in the wide open. And I've seen several cops get shot doing that. They need to do a better job of making sure you can get concealed behind something and get an angle before you start shooting, because it's extremely dangerous and get you killed. I just seen the one in Louisville, the one who the young man who was working at the bank, and the people ran right up to the window, and he was looking out the window. As soon as he ran up, and he just got to shooting their ass. You can't do that. You gotta use whatever cover you can to get your shots off. That's what it's all about. This ain't Call of Duty. Yeah, you're not in a playground sand lot where you can just run around full speed and shoot at people. I've seen that a lot.
The scenes, just some of the images helping investigators piece together the actions of the young man who at one point appears to...
Wait a minute, I've seen something. That was odd. Wait a minute. Watch this.
The scenes, just some of the images helping investigators piece together...
You see that pyramid right there with the all-seeing eye inside of it? I can't see what that says, but that's odd that would be right there. And believe you me, they wanted that picture there. That's why I say some of these things are orchestrated. You have a pyramid with an all-seeing eye right there. Right in plain sight.
actions of the young man who at one point appears to dare officers to take him on. Aaron McLaughlin takes us through it.
Tonight in Farmington, New Mexico, new police body camera footage capturing the harrowing moment America's latest teenage mass shooter was shot dead by police.
Stop it now!
In the footage released by police late Thursday, you see the officers running toward danger.
More shots are being fired!
Neighbors guiding them to the attacker.
Look at him. Look at him.
Another surgeon's camera
He wide out in the open pointing.
in a hail of gunfire.
Where's your ticket?
2 officers were among
Let me ask y'all a question. This is a legit question. Do you guys think women should be police officers? Yeah, it's cool when you're pulling over people for tickets and, when you're doing certain things and it's not, the heat ain't on. You ain't in an all-out gun battle or you're not wrestling with some grown man for your life. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I don't know if women should be police officers. I don't know if that job description is fit. Number one, they're not as athletic as men. Now, some of these officers will be completely out of shape. They should have a standard of fitness for officers, but that's a story for another day. But taking things on face value, say every officer, they have a fitness requirement. Every officer's in shape. Women still aren't bigger, stronger, or faster than men. So that puts you at a disadvantage in some of these situations.
the 7 injured, all now released from the hospital.
Where's the killing?
This was the climax of 18-year-old Beau Wilson's deadly rampage through his own neighborhood. Police say 97-year-old Gwendolyn Schofield and her 73-year-old daughter Melody died trying to save 79-year-old Shirley Voita, also killed. The day before his high school
How in the hell was they gonna save somebody? Oldest man.
graduation, police say Wilson, armed with 3 different guns and having access to more than 1,400 rounds of ammunition, began.
And that's why I keep asking, what's going on with these young men that's making them flip out and go over the edge? We've always had people with mental health issues. We always had people people will call quote unquote crazy or sick in the head or whatever you want to call it. But it was very rare that you had somebody go on these shooting sprees. It wasn't until those 2 devil worshippers, this is a fact, from Columbine, went on that killing spree that this started to take place. And that's why I said a lot of these kids come from backgrounds that they never talk about. They never talk about these people's religious beliefs, what they were taught in school, some of the shit from childhood, who's going on their social media, what they posting, what they watching, what they into. Let's take a look at this young man again.
The day before his high school grad.
And this is him. And coincidentally, for people who watch my channel, he's in black and white. Y'all gonna come around. It might take a little time, but you'll come around.
Graduation, police say Wilson, armed.
Once again, these kids be having thousands of photos, but they put him in a picture, black and white. Once again, but they have thousands of photos to take. But this young man just went on a killing spree and then was ready to die. But on the video I made last time, he was just pacing back and forth, ready to go. He had a bulletproof vest and took it off.
Armed with 3 different guns and having access to more than 1,400 rounds of ammunition, began firing an AR-15 assault rifle from his home. He fired more than 140 bullets before dropping the AR-15 and moving down the block, firing at random homes and cars.
He's showing on the ring footage. Come kill me.
Police say Wilson was initially wearing a bulletproof vest modified to include steel plates. Before taking it off for his last stand with police, the motive remains unclear. Their only clue, this chilling note found on his body.
So if you're reading this, I'm at the end of the chapter. Lay eyes on dear, put a finger on my little sister. I promise there will. I can't even see that. Ooh, I can't read that. Now, goddamn, they say he was 18. Fuck, he writing like a kindergartner. God damn. Was he writing that shit with his feet? Oh man, this is some of the worst writing. I don't even know if he or this shit looks ridiculous.
Saying, I'm at the end of the chapter. Tonight, there's still so many unanswered questions following this stunning display of violence.
Such heroism in the face of danger. Aaron, what is the family of the shooter saying tonight?
Last Pastor, in a statement, his family sending their condolences to the victims, writing Wilson was fighting a battle with mental illness that he lost.
Well, I don't know if he lost. He won to him because he wanted to die. That was a victory for him. And like I said, on these young people, the social media aspect is so huge now because they can get in these certain chat rooms and environments that can fester this shit. That can foster this shit, and these thoughts and shit can begin to fester. And if they're into any kind of witchcraft or Luciferianism or devil worship, any of that shit, if we don't know who they talking to and communication with, and once that shit starts, it seems like it never stops until it ends in this. You know, I always talk about that movie, The Manchurian Candidate. And in the movie, the lady says, the assassin must die for national healing. And a lot of these young men make sure that they die. They make sure that they don't live. There's no doubt about that. But I just want to go over that body cam footage of this New Mexico mass shooting of this young Wilson kid. And these things won't stop happening, y'all, till they get these guns. There's no doubt about that. You know, it is what it is, though. But if you want, I have made some videos here recently. This video right here, funny as hell. Baseball bat wielding man attacked politician, which I think was a staged event. But you had this one, killer bees on the loose in Los Angeles, before and after. Rudy Giuliani hit with sexual assault lawsuit, pitching a tent. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that clip. This has been Sports Life and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective, and I'm here for the news. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I just took your ass. You better go out there and buy you a rifle right now. Ride. Peace.